kids, welcome back to Attempted Unknown. This is our 7th episode about the life of a mailman and all the cool art and people that I get to meet. And I'm here with Meghan at the Hotwire coffee shop in West Seattle because she saw our show.
I did.
And coincidentally, she works right next to a post office.
Right over there. It's almost like I work in an environment like Cheers, but for coffee, because, well, everybody knows your name and they know your drink, and I'll go walking down the street and I'll say, oh, well, there's double tall, non-fat, no foam, extra hot, 2% latte.
And then you're right next to the post office, so
right.
There's the Norm character.
Yeah,
every day, right?
Every single day there's the Norm character. It's several Norm characters, actually. I'd say maybe 3 out of 15 postal workers get something different when they come in, but everybody else gets the exact same thing and has for 3+ years.
Yeah, it seems when you get into the post office, they really fix you on routine.
Right.
And probably something like that is going to be subconscious.
Absolutely.
But, I've got to have my quadruple mocha in the morning.
Right.
Otherwise, my job's not happening.
You wouldn't believe how many times the postal workers have mentioned how awesome it would be to cut a hole in this brick right here, because if you did, you'd see the post office, and then they wouldn't even have to come over here. We would just put it here in the window, and then they would put the money in there. So they've said that for years. Oh, wouldn't that be cool if you guys put a hole in the brick? I'll see Angie pull up at 7:45 in the morning, and she'll pull up in her little Honda Element, and we see her park across the street, and we're halfway done making her drink before she walks in. That's like the basic drink. It's the double tall latte, but I would call it the Angie. There's definitely a beverage of a postal worker who has been coming in here since the very first day that we've opened, the Richard. And Richard drinks a 20-ounce quad shot breve, which is made with half and half mocha. See, it totally says the Richard right there, and we had the prices laid out, but since then we've redone our menus, and so it's not there anymore, but it still exists, and he still comes in and gets it every day. In fact, he'll call sometimes.
Calls ahead.
Yeah, a lot.
The Richard.
Can I just get the Richard? And everyone knows here, everyone that works here knows about the Richard, so it's pretty funny.
These work, right?
Yeah.
Can you show us how to make the Richard?
Oh yeah, I'll make the Richard. I'm gonna make the smaller version of the Richard because, just for fun, the mini Richard. Well, and I wonder too if there's other post offices out there that have coffee shops next to them, and what their baristas are like, and their relationships with their letter carriers are like, So I wondered about that. I was just down south of here going to another post office, and there wasn't a coffee shop right next to it, but there was, other things like a Jamba Juice and a McDonald's, and, I wonder how those employees interact with their letter carriers. The Seattle madness occurs right here in the coffee. People want it, man. So I'm presenting the smaller version of the Richard, of course. This isn't a for here cup, and Richard, of course, does not have time to drink it for here. I'm going to even have a sip of it right now. That's delish.
So, you've seen the found thing.
Yeah.
Into that. Would you like to read this one?
I'd be happy to.
Cool.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the found that Tim found today on the ground. To the mailman from Bainbridge Island. I don't know your name, but I know that my mother enjoyed talking to you on a regular basis. Thanks for being so kind to her, daughter. Name. P.S. If you have a change of address, please leave it in her box, and I'll have her mail forwarded to me address. Thanks.
I just thought it was cool to have a found this week that ties together having a regular customer.
Absolutely.
Which we can both share, and that he actually is a mailman.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know who it is, but it's really cool that he had that relationship with this person that had passed away. I don't know if you got that.
I didn't. Good observation.
But it's interesting that's what I think.
Yeah.
My mother
being so kind to her, as if he can't be kind to her anymore because she may be passed away.
For however long this person has been on the route, they've had that relationship as a regular.
Right.
and now it's gone, but that's what happens, and that's what living is, right?
Right.
Cool. Thanks a lot
Absolutely.
for taking us under your wing in the coffee shop there and showing us all the awesomeness.
Yeah, there's a lot of awesomeness to be had in here.
Thanks again for watching the show,
Yeah.
doing the feedback.
Big fan.
Well, thanks a lot.
Yes. Thank
Have a
you,
good
Tim.
night. Bye.
Appreciate it. We'll see you.